Alright, well most of the time we get out here, you see us with metal detectors and we're out looking for old coins and relics and things like that. Well today we got a little bit of a different adventure. We're looking for old stuff, but we're out with our buddy Rusty from work here, and we're going to come down on this old river and go up and down a couple different spots. We're going to go up and down this river in a couple different spots, and we hope to find old stuff, old fossils. Rusty's going to point out a few things. Help my buddy here, Jacob. This is my youngest son. He's going to go out with us today and do some searching, maybe find some arrowheads, some ancient shark teeth. But we'll take the camera along with us and try to point out a few things along the way. All right, there's Rusty. He's doing some searching around.
Got me shark tooth.
Here's Jacob over here. He is searching the gravel bars, seeing what he can find. What do you got there, Rusty?
Got a shark tooth. Okay. Finally got me a shark tooth.
Put it in the light a little bit.
I got a bigger broken mosasaur tooth. Then I have a piece of fossilized seagrass, or could be a worm tube. I'm not exactly sure on that ID. But definitely, this is I believe a Scaranthopanthus, if I'm saying it right. It's called the Goblin Shark. And this would have been a mosasaur. They're common in these parts.
Very nice.
Bullfrog here is cold.
Oh, help me!
Picked him up off the ground. It's 32 degrees.
Help me! I don't want to die.
He's starting to warm up from my hand.
I don't want to die. Daddy, help!
Okay. Jacob! Jacob, what do you think about hiking through the mud? This is quite the adventure, having to get to the relic bars. Knee-deep, ankle-deep mud. Jacob's sunk in quicksand. I better go help him. Back in a minute. It looks like Rusty's sunk up to his knees in the mud. Jacob's made it to the gravel bar. We got a few finds so far. We're slopping on through, getting on to the next bar. Onward we go.
Okay, Jacob, did you just find a shark tooth?
Yes.
All right, let me take a look at it.
I don't know what this tooth is.
All I know is it is a shark tooth. That's a good find, buddy. That's a big one.
All right, we've worked our way out on this gravel bar out here in the middle of the river, and we're kind of going along through the shallow water and through these patches of gravel, and we're finding ammonites and shark's teeth, lots of little interesting things, some chips of flint. Rusty's going along here searching. Find anything, Rusty?
I got a broken arrowhead, some shark teeth, some more seagrass, small baculite, just some 100-million-year-old fossils there, short of the arrowhead.
This is kind of cool. It's so cold this morning that this is literally ice down here in front of us.
Yeah.
So Jacob and I are looking through sheets of ice, trying to spot artifacts down below. You can see right here, as I put my hand out, I just poked a hole through that ice. There's a piece of the ice right there. So we're going to keep moving along, scouring through the ice, just like looking through a sheet of glass, looking for arrowheads and ancient artifacts and fossils. All right, I'm going along here, kind of over in the shadows. I'm kind of up against the bank of the river where it's really steep and it comes down. There's a lot of rocks been washed down. I'm going along looking for stuff. And I think I see right there what appears to be a tooth. We'll grab that and see.
Daddy.
Look at my hand there. Yeah, sure enough, that is an old tooth, prehistoric tooth. Right there, it's just been washed clean by all the heavy rain we had last week. Washed it right up there in the middle of these rocks. Pretty cool.
Steve and Jacob and I are down here on the river today searching for fossils and shark teeth, and I just found a decent shark tooth here. This is what we're looking for. River is full of teeth and bones, vertebrae, shells, artifacts, some arrowheads. Maybe we'll find a complete arrowhead today. No luck so far, but finding some good teeth. Here's one of the many exogyras that we find down here. They're really cool looking shells. They're large fossilized oysters is what they are. This is the inside of one. Some of them are really thick. They have a nickname called Devil's Toenail. I guess they resemble, or somebody thinks they resemble Devil's Toenail at one time, so gave them that nickname. They're called exogyra. They're a large fossilized oyster. Pretty cool. And we're at least 5 hours from saltwater currently today, so these are ancient marine life fossils, been here for millions of years. Okay, I just come upon one of the shark teeth that we've been finding here. Another one. Pretty decent size. Not bad.
All right, we're kind of getting into the early afternoon here, and I think, Jacob may be getting a little tired. We're gonna maybe explore and hike around a little bit, but I thought we'd just take a minute and kind of go through a few of the things we found here. Did you have fun today so far?
Yes.
Yes, he found his first prehistoric shark teeth, so pretty cool there. And Rusty's got the camera. I'll let him come in. He's more of an expert on paleontology stuff. Tell us a little bit about what we got here, Rusty.
This is a shell.
Okay, let me clarify. I'm no expert, but what we have here are definitely some fossils. The bigger shells right here, we're calling these exogyras. Their nickname is Devil's Toenail. They're basically a large fossilized oyster. In the mix here, there's lots of petrified bone down here. All different shapes and sizes of it. Comes from all different types of animals. Probably mostly fish, mosasaur, turtle, that sort of thing. Steve's got a vertebrae here, pretty decent piece. He's got a mix of shark teeth here. There may be a couple teeth in there also in Codus or Ichthyosaur. We've got some pieces here that I've been told are fossilized seagrass. Not sure if that's what they are or not, but that's what I've been told. Got some flint chips back here, and a couple pieces of baculite here, and a nice little gastropod here. Pretty nice mix of fossils for their first time down here. This the water was a little bit higher than we expected, so we were limited on our hunting gravel bars, but we did okay considering. We had a good time. Broke the ice this morning, and ended up being a beautiful afternoon. Makes you wonder.
We're taking a midday break here, early afternoon I guess it is, because I don't know how long the little one Jacob here is going to stick with us, but Rusty may keep going, but we thought we'd just stop and make a showing of what we got so far. And we may look a little bit. I think he'll probably keep going several more hours, but at least we'll give you guys an idea what kind of stuff you might find if you go down to one of these old riverbeds like this. You just never know what might turn up. Definitely a different kind of hunting, but it's pretty cool. I mean, for a young kid, it's definitely an adventure for a nice December afternoon like this. Started out freezing. It's warmed up quite a bit. Feels beautiful out here. Give us just a second here. We'll take a look and see what Rusty's got.
All right, here we are at midday break, and thought we'd stop and show you what we found so far. Looking at Steve and Jacob's nice finds a while ago, and here's a look at what little bit I've come up with. Got a couple of vertebrae here, some petrified bone. I've got some different types of baculite here, large and small. Baculite are about 100 million years old. They're from the late Cretaceous era. They were like a elongated squid, kind of like the squid we have today, related to the octopus and the squid. And they had a long conical shaped shell, and they bobbed up and down in the ocean, and they had a short lifespan for whatever reason, but we find a lot of them down here. I've got some gastropods there. I've got some fossilized seagrass, an assortment of teeth. There's some shark teeth, maybe a ichthyosaur teeth, maybe a couple of things I don't know what they are. Maybe even a part of a mosasaur tooth in there I see. Maybe Encoda's teeth. Got some shells here with some holes drilled in them. Not sure if the Native Americans done that. It could be natural occurring, but some of them are kind of different looking. Got some pieces over here, enamel. I've been told that they may have come off of mastodon. Big old thick pieces here. Not sure, but that's what I've heard. Got some flint chips, some bone fragments. Just some fun stuff. We had a good time down here, and hope to come back. Hope y'all enjoy. Okay, not long after Steve and Jacob left, I come across this neat little piece here. This is fossilized jawbone of some prehistoric creature, perhaps a mosasaur. It's a piece of the jaw, and you can see where the two teeth are. What's left of them anyhow, or two teeth stuck up out of the jawbone there. Definitely what it is. Maybe alligator, maybe mosasaur. Whatever it was, the creature had pretty large teeth, and those white spots are where the teeth have since crystallized, disintegrated, and just a couple of nubs left. Pretty cool. Neat little fossil. Okay, I was going along here, walking in the water. It's finally clearing up a little bit where I can see and come across this nice little vertebrae here. A fossilized vertebrae. Who knows? Maybe mosasaur. Seems to be the most common down here. Walking along here in the water, I noticed this big piece of petrified bone, fossilized bone. I started to pick it up, and I noticed something next to it. Looks like it might be a scraper. Now, a scraper would be a Native American tool made out of flint. It's definitely been worked on either side. I believe that's what it is. And then there's the large piece of petrified bone, fossilized bone. Here in the water, finally clearing up enough where I can see something. Okay, I don't know if you can see down here in this crack or not, but I found what I think is going to be a nice bivalve, really nice clam shell, and let's dig it out and see. Oh yeah, cool fossil. Biggest one I've found down here so far. Okay, over here in the rocks I found another pretty cool piece of vertebrae. Fossilized vertebrae. Let's see here if I can find it. Pull it out here and show you. Pretty cool. Hard to believe this creature was once walking around here millions of years ago. Died right here. Bones solidified, turned to rock. Now I'm holding them in my hand today. Pretty cool. Okay, the end of the day here. This is what I ended up keeping.
I've got shells with holes in them. I've got gastropods. I've got assorted shark teeth, encodus teeth, ichthyosaur teeth, maybe mosasaur teeth, baculites, bivalve, several assorted pieces of vertebrae, bone fragment, all fossilized. One little flint scraper, some flint chips, several mono stones, bone fragments, teeth enamel. Some cool stuff.